Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I hope you're well and you're enjoying this series on self-compassion so far, because it's been one of my favourites to create for sure. And that's because self-compassion is so important, and I say it again and again. By treating ourselves well, we create a better quality of life for ourselves and for those around us too. It can be a bit weird though, getting your head around being your own best friend, because we live in this world that thrives on criticism and judgment, but it is possible, and I hope that this series is helping you to learn how to exercise self-compassion. So grab a cup of tea, because this episode is pretty juicy. Today's video is all about forgiveness, which isn't an easy one, but when done correctly can set us free from hurt and anger, which when combined aren't that great to feel. When we think about forgiveness, we think about that really common phrase to forgive and forget, which for most people is difficult, especially the last part. And that's because we can't just forget whoever or whatever hurt us, because it's impossible to just erase a certain part of your life from your memory, but it is possible to move on and let go, which is why I've titled this video Forgiving and Kind of Forgetting. Holding a grudge, bringing it up all the time, feeling awful every time you think of that person or that situation doesn't prove real forgiveness. It just shows that you're still bound by that pain. There's this great speaker, and she's called Joyce Meyer, and she says that choosing to hold bad feelings for someone is like taking poison and hoping they'll die. It doesn't work, and is toxic to no one else but you. We're left upset, disappointed, hurt, cheated, angry, whatever. But forgiveness sets us free from that pain. But it's not an easy process, and sometimes we're not quite sure where to start. But fear not, dear friends, for I am here today to talk through the 4 stages of forgiveness. They all start with the letter R, because my name's Rachel, just kidding. But it makes it easier to remember, and they are release, remember, realise and reward. And these 4 stages, when done in order, mindfully, and when you're ready, will set you free. There's this really great quote from Lewis B. Smedes, which is this really cool Christian author, and he says, "To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that prisoner was you." And it's so true. So let's start with the first step. Release. Release that stress and reduce the adrenaline spike of feeling hurt, angry or upset at someone or something by calming down and releasing that emotion. Firstly, by taking a few deep breaths from your belly, and then name 5 things that you're grateful for. And these could be anything from the gorgeous blue sky to the smell of your perfume, if you're wearing any. Next up, release the emotions that you're feeling by firstly naming them, then describing how they feel in your mind and in your body. This way you're really riding out that wave of the emotion by truly feeling it. This is an uncomfortable but crucial step. Next up, remember. Remember that in life we don't always get what we want. Fact. Forgiveness is what happens when we didn't get what we wanted. The outcome wasn't how we pictured, that person didn't act how we thought. Reminding ourselves that not everything's going to be perfect helps us to heal, because it lowers our expectations and brings us back to reality. People hurt us, they let us down, they do us wrong, and I'm not condoning that, I'm just saying that it happens, and to deny that it would happen would be naive, and I say that in the nicest way possible. Then you've got realise. You can't get where you need to be without facing the truth. Realise the situation, realise your part in the situation too. It stops you focusing on the hurt and lets you understand the what's, how's and why's of the situation. Sometimes though, we'll never know the what's, how's and why's someone or something hurt us. But attempting to realise it is a really emotionally mature step to take. It's not an easy one, and it takes practice. Trust me. And finally, reward. Reward yourself by changing the story from where you are the victim to where you're the hero, for moving on, letting go and forgiving. Change the narrative by making it into a positive life lesson, even if it was a really difficult one. Celebrate your emotional maturity, and by doing so it encourages you to act the same way the next time you feel this way. It's also really empowering to know that you had the ability all along to let yourself heal. So I hope these 4 stages have enabled you to move forward with your life, away from whatever's hurt you. You can even use these steps if you feel like you need to forgive yourself, because if you're anything like me and really self-critical, then you need to let go of your usual pattern of behaviour and treat yourself more compassionately. So instead of beating yourself up using these 4 stages, release, remember, realise and reward instead. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and share it with whoever you think might need it. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and give this video a big fat like, if you've liked it, of course. And I'll see you next week for another video. God bless.